Hi everyone, this is Mel from Cardstock Concoctions. Thank you for joining me for day number 2 of my 12 days of Christmas. And I told you guys a lot of these things a lot of my projects this year come in pairs. You don't have to make them in pairs, so let's go ahead and look. So our first day of Christmas, we made these really cute gift tags. Now I designed a small box that these gift tags can go into for gifting purposes. This box is inches wide by 3 1/4 inches tall by 1.5 inches deep. So yeah, 1.5 inch deep, 2 inch wide, 3 1/4 inches tall. It's a wonderful little box. Let's go ahead and get started. Oh, and it's got a really cool closure. I have adjusted the measurements just a little bit here, but your closure actually sticks right in there. So you've got this little tiny tab right here. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started. Excuse me. First thing you're going to need, clear off my work surface here. Go ahead and grab your Simply Scored scoring tool. Oops. Sorry if I got that on camera. And you are also going to need a piece of, I'm using Night of Navy. I wanted them to match. Cardstock measures 5 inches by 6 1/4 inches. Again, 5 inches by 6 1/4 inches. And you want to score this piece at 1.5 inches all the way around. So take 1.5 inch, 1.5 inch, 1.5 inches. Last but not least, 1.5 inches. Okay, we're gonna set this off to the side for just 1 second. We are going to grab in the portion that creates the top of our box, the top and the closure. This one is 3.5 inches by 7 5/8 of an inch. Now you wanna make sure you guys do not get rid of that 5/8 of an inch. That 1/8 of an inch makes a big difference. Okay, so you wanna score it at 1/2 inch, again, 1/2 inch. I'll even put the square lines on the screen up here somewhere, or down here somewhere, sorry. Up here, you guys would be looking at my hands. Okay, so we got 1/2 inch, 2 inches, and 4 inches. And last but not least, 5.5 inches. There are 2 mini score lines you guys need to make. And when I say mini score lines, you had that 1/2 inch score line that you first made. Make sure that 1/2 inch is closest to the top. And you want to make a mini score line from 1 1/4 inches down to that first 1/2 inch score line. So you basically are creating a 1/2 inch tab. And then you want to do the same thing at 2 1/4. Okay, so 2 1/4. Just up to that first 1/2 inch score line. I am so sorry, I forgot about that. All right, now do not fold those score lines, but fold all your other score lines. I'm gonna use a bone folder because it just allows my score lines to come out much crisper and cleaner and more beautiful. Burnishing is not 100% necessary. However, I always do it because it makes things so much easier. Okay, so we're going to do some cutting. You guys are going to see that if you've got your 5 inch piece, shorter towards the top, things like that, you've got these longer rectangles in the middle and you got these short squares at the top and bottom here. You want to make sure you cut the lines that are next to long rectangles, okay? It's going to allow your box to close clean and simple. And just cut up to that first score line on both sides. And I also take a little notch. And the reason why I take a little notch is it allows my box to close just a little bit cleaner. And I take it on both sides of my square. Oops. One more. Okay. So we got that cutting. Get those little pieces out of the way. Now you remember those little tiny little bumpy score lines that I had you guys make on partial score lines I had you make on the 1/2 inch side? Cut up those to that first 1/2 inch score line as straight as you possibly can. And then you're going to cut along that 1/2 inch score line up to your cut that you just made. Kind of hard to see, and I apologize for that because I'm using white paper. But you're basically removing 2 little rectangles that look like that. So this is what your rectangles are going to look like at the end I'll put this on here so it's a little easier to see than on the white paper. This is what your notch is gonna look like, okay? There you go. So now let's put this box together real quick. I'm using fast fuse. You can use tear tape. I do not suggest snail. Snail will not be strong enough for what you guys need. Fast fuse for this box, you probably just need 2 small strips of it. As you're kind of working your way around, please don't stick your pieces together yet or stick your sides to each other yet. I made that mistake yesterday when I was creating this project. And then you're going to take your cut edge and we are going to attach it, line it up with your folded edge right there, stick it down all the way around. Not very difficult once you figure that part out, but it's a fairly simple, easy box to do. Now we have this lovely, beautiful piece. Now this one's 3.5 inches. Your actual box is only 3.25 inches. That's okay. I wanted to have a little bit of extra space on all sides of this thing. Oops. Okay, so here's how I am actually going to wind up attaching the adhesive. Cover this side right here. So figure out what side it is you want. This is going to be a very interesting explanation for you guys. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply my adhesive. Nice, good quantity of it because I want it to stick. It's very difficult because of that. Do not do the bottom of your box yet. Don't attach anything yet. You're going to take your bottom piece here. You're going to fold it over and you're going to kind of line up where it is you want it and hold that in place. And then you're going to actually apply adhesive around your tab. You don't want to apply adhesive on where your tab is going to be, otherwise it's not going to close. But you do want to get around your tab, okay? So then you're going to take the rest of your box, very gently, very carefully, hope you've lined this up right. Keep your tab in place as you are putting this down. And then you stick. If you wanted to ink the top of this to make it, give it like this little bluish effect here, do that before you attach everything. So now you've got that and it comes out easily and it pops back in very easily. Okay? That's why you want that extra 1/8 of an inch. Grab yourself out a small piece of scrap whisper white paper. I would suggest something that's approximately 2 1/4 by about 2 1/4. Night of Navy ink. The same ornament. Oops, let me grab this. From the Ornamental Pine Stamp Set that we used to do the tag, you can use to do this. Ink it up. Smack dab in the middle. Sorry if my head is in the camera. Straight down. Straight up. It's all of the inking. We're going to set that aside. That we are going to need to do. Grab your 2-inch circle punch. You guys do not have a 2-inch circle punch, but you have the layering circle dies, framelit dies. Grab the 2-inch one out of there. Works the exact same way. It is not quite 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, just to let you guys know. Mine is much smaller than 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. Mine is practically just 2 by 2. That's why I suggest the 2 1/4. Okay, so there's that. Grab yourself if you have this, your 2 3/8 inch scallop punch, 2 3/8 inch scallop punch. If you don't have this, again, your layering circle framelit dies has one of these in there. You can do these both at the same time if you have them. This is a retired product. I grabbed an extra piece of Night of Navy. You can also use gold or silver in the background and punch one of those. I'm going to layer these together. My fast fuse is close. This part you do not need fast fuse for, but again, it was close. So there's that. I pre-tied a bow, this gold twine bow. There is some gold, like thin gold twine in the current catalog. I'm going to grab a glue dot. I'm going to take the bow, I'm going to stick it to the glue dot, and I'm actually going to fold the glue dot over. There it goes. I take it, I'm going to pop it up here at the top. And last but not least, pop just a couple of dimensionals. I'm going to use 3 on the back of this thing. Ooh. There we go. And we're going to pop it on our box. Now again, this box can be used for just about anything you want. I designed it to hold my tags. These lovely, beautiful tags that we had. I'm going to slide those in there. It fits approximately 10 to 15 of them, depending on how thick I make the twine. And there we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed my day 2 of my 12 days of Christmas. Okay, so if you guys enjoyed this project, please go ahead and like it. If you guys would like to see more projects like this, please go ahead and subscribe. And this is Mel from Cardstock Concoctions saying see you at day 3. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.